You went silent, convinced that she'd start missing you. You thought she'd be staring at her phone, wondering where you went. But days pass, weeks, maybe even months, and she hasn't reached out. She hasn't cracked. She's still living her life as if you never existed. You're sitting there, losing your mind, checking her social media, wondering, why isn't she feeling my absence? Why isn't she chasing me? Why does it feel like she's winning? Because she never lost anything. And you're about to understand why. By the end of this video, you'll have absolute clarity, not just on why your silence isn't working, but how to make it work in a way that shifts the power entirely back into your hands. This is not about cheap tricks. This is not about playing games. This is about reprogramming yourself into the kind of person that no one can ignore, especially not her. So if you're ready for a brutal wake-up call, keep watching. And if you want to show you're serious about becoming unshakable, comment, "I am in control" below. Because after this, you won't think the same way ever again. People tell you that silence is powerful, that if you just go silent, she'll automatically start missing you. They lied. Silence alone doesn't do anything. Silence without impact is just absence. And absence without value isn't even noticed. She isn't reaching out because you never created the kind of presence that would make her feel your loss. But that's about to change. Today, you're not just learning how to make her miss you. That's small thinking. You're learning how to become a force of nature. A person whose silence demands attention, whose presence adds so much value that when it's gone, it leaves a void that no one else can fill. So let's break down the 5 brutal reasons why your silence isn't working and exactly what you need to do about it. Number 1. She expects you to chase. While you sit there, waiting for her to notice your silence, she already knows exactly what's going on. She knows your pattern, she knows your emotions, and most importantly, she knows that you're still waiting for her. She isn't sitting around wondering why you've gone silent. She isn't confused. She isn't suddenly realizing your worth. Number. She's expecting you to break. She's expecting the message, the "Hey, just checking in," the "I miss you," the "Are you okay?" Because that's how it always goes. She knows the cycle better than you do. She's lived through it before. She knows that when a man like you goes silent, it's never because he's actually moved on. It's because he's hoping that she notices. And do you know what she thinks when she realizes this? Nothing. She feels nothing. Because she knows you haven't actually changed. And that's why you need to stop playing a game that you were never meant to win. You were conditioned to chase. You were taught from a young age that if you just show her how much you care, if you just stay consistent, if you just prove your worth, she'll see you, she'll appreciate you, she'll choose you. But what happened? You chased, you proved, you stayed consistent, and she took you for granted. Because she never earned your energy. She never had to invest in you. She never had to question your presence. You were just there, constantly available, constantly reassuring, constantly proving that you were worth her time, and because of that, she never valued it. But now, you think that silence is the answer, that if you just disappear, she'll feel your absence and suddenly come running back. That's not how it works. She only misses what she can't predict. She only questions what she can't control. And right now, she still controls you. She controls your mind because you're still thinking about her every day. She controls your actions because your silence is still about her. She controls your emotions because every time she posts, you feel something. That's not real power. That's waiting. And waiting is just another form of chasing. If you want to flip the power dynamic, then she needs to believe with absolute certainty that you are done. Not pretending to be done, not hoping she notices, actually done. And that only happens when you become the kind of man who doesn't need her attention anymore. The kind of man who is too focused on his mission to care about a woman's validation. And that's where most men fail. Because deep down, they're still waiting for that text. They're still hoping that silence alone is enough. It's not. Silence without action is just an empty void. But silence paired with transformation is a wake-up call. You think she doesn't notice your silence. You think she doesn't care. But do you know when she actually starts to feel something? When she sees that you've changed. When she sees that you're not just silent, you're thriving. When she sees that the man who used to revolve around her has disappeared, and in his place there's someone unrecognizable. A man who isn't waiting, a man who isn't hoping, a man who isn't playing games, but a man who has leveled up so far beyond her reach that she suddenly questions everything. That's when she feels it. That's when she wonders, did I lose something valuable? That's when she regrets. And by then, you won't even care, because you will be too busy building your empire. Your focus isn't silence, your focus is evolution. Most men are stuck in emotional quicksand. They want to move on, but every thought, every moment, every hope is still tied to her. And because of that, they sink deeper. But a true man of value doesn't sink, he rises. So while she's expecting you to chase, you walk away. While she's expecting you to check in, you disappear from her world entirely. While she's expecting you to wait, you move forward so fast that by the time she looks up, she can't even recognize the man she once took for granted. This isn't just about getting her back. That's the smallest goal you could ever have. This is about becoming a man so valuable, so untouchable, so powerful that her presence or her absence no longer dictates your life. Because at the end of the day, it's not your silence that will make her feel something. It's your transformation. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Stop looking at your phone like it holds the key to your worth. Your worth is in your work. Your worth is in your discipline. Your worth is in the life that you build when you finally decide to walk away for good. And the moment you stop caring, the moment you stop wondering, the moment you stop needing, that's when she notices. That's when she questions. That's when she realizes. But by then, you won't even be looking back. Number 2, your silence feels weak. While you sit there waiting, holding back your messages, resisting the urge to check her last scene, staring at her Instagram stories like they hold some secret answer, she already knows. She can feel your energy, your hesitation, your uncertainty, and it's pathetic to her. Silence only works when it comes from absolute certainty, from a place where you genuinely don't care whether she notices or not. But you do care, don't you? You're still hoping she's thinking about you. You're still hoping she's secretly hurting, missing your presence, regretting everything. She's not, because your silence isn't powerful, it's desperate, it's weak. And weak silence is worse than chasing. At least when you chase, you show initiative. At least when you reach out, you show presence. But when you go silent hoping for her to notice, she sees right through it. And instead of making her feel anything, it reassures her. It tells her she still has you in her pocket. It tells her that any time she wants, she can reach out and you'll respond within seconds. It tells her that you are still emotionally tied to her, even in your absence. That's why she doesn't feel your silence. She doesn't feel it because you are still present. Even in silence, your energy still orbits her. And she can sense that. Women are not logical. They don't analyze things the way men do. They feel. They react to energy, to subconscious signals, to the smallest shifts in behavior. And when you go silent, but are still emotionally invested, she knows. She knows that you're still watching. She knows that if she sends a single message, You'll collapse and respond instantly. She knows that your silence isn't strength, it's a waiting game. And nothing kills attraction faster than waiting on a woman. A man who waits is a man without power. A man who waits is a man without purpose. A man who waits is a man who is still controlled by her. And why would she respect a man she still controls? That's the problem. You think silence is enough. You think if you just disappear, it'll be enough to make her question everything. But silence without true detachment is just a weak attempt at manipulation. You don't need silence, you need absence. And there is a difference. Silence is when you stop talking but are still emotionally invested. Absence is when you remove yourself completely. Silence is passive. Absence is intentional. Silence is hoping she notices. Absence is becoming so valuable that you don't care if she does. Because when a man truly disappears, when he genuinely stops thinking about her, stops looking for signs, stops waiting for validation, that's when she feels it. Not because of his absence alone, but because of what his absence represents. It represents the fact that he is no longer tied to her. It represents the fact that he has moved forward with full force. It represents the fact that she has lost influence over him. And nothing shakes a woman more than realizing she no longer has influence over a man who once wanted her so badly. She thrives on control, on knowing she has the power to make you react, to make you hesitate, to make you chase. And when you stop reacting, she starts questioning. When you stop looking, she starts wondering. When you stop orbiting, she feels it. But only if your absence is real, only if your detachment is absolute, only if you truly stop caring. That's where most men fail. They try to go silent but never actually move on. They wait, they check in, they wonder. They hold back from texting but still dream about the moment she finally reaches out. That's not power. Power is when you don't need her message anymore. When her attention is irrelevant to your life. When her absence doesn't feel like a loss, but like a gain. That's the kind of silence that works. Not the weak, hesitant, desperate silence of a man hoping to be noticed, but the indifferent, unshakable silence of a man who has evolved beyond her. And the only way to do that is to actually evolve. Most men are stuck in limbo. They try to move on, but their whole identity is still tied to what she thinks. They go to the gym hoping she sees it. They post on social media hoping she notices. They pretend to be fine while secretly checking her profile at night. That's why they never move forward. Because even in their so-called progress, they are still chasing validation. They are still doing everything for her. That's why she doesn't feel their silence, because their energy is still weak. You have to understand that the only way a woman truly feels your absence is if you are no longer the same man she left. You don't become powerful by going silent. You become powerful by becoming a man she can't replace. She's not worried about losing silence. She's worried about losing a man of value. So stop thinking about how to make her miss you. Stop wasting mental energy trying to figure out the right balance of absence and presence. Stop strategizing over how to trigger her emotions. That is the mentality of a weak man. Instead, focus entirely on making yourself into the kind of man who never has to play these games in the first place. Become a man who doesn't chase because he is too busy building his empire. Become a man who doesn't wait because he has no time to waste. Become a man who doesn't care about her reactions because he is too focused on creating his own reality. That's what shakes her. That's what makes her rethink everything. That's what makes her feel something. Not your silence, but the fact that she no longer matters. That is real power. So stop checking her stories. Stop tracking her likes. Stop waiting for her message. Get to work. Build something she can never ignore. And when she finally looks back, you won't even be looking in her direction. Number 3. She's not feeling your absence. While you sit there in silence, hoping she notices, she is out there living her life without a second thought about you. Because silence, on its own, means nothing if she doesn't feel that something is missing. And she doesn't feel that void, not because she doesn't have emotions, not because she's heartless, but because you never gave her a reason to miss you in the first place. A woman can only feel the absence of something that added real value to her life. But if all you ever brought to the table was comfort, availability, and predictable effort, then your absence doesn't feel like a loss. It feels like freedom. That's the harsh truth. And deep down, you know it's true. If she truly valued what you brought into her life, she wouldn't be so indifferent to your silence. She would feel the absence. She would feel the loss. She would feel the void. But she doesn't, because you never made yourself irreplaceable. And that's why this isn't just about going silent. It's about becoming the kind of man whose absence is unbearable. But most men don't do this. Most men operate on hope. They hope that if they just disappear for long enough, she'll start to wonder, start to miss them, start to regret. But hope is not a strategy, and silence is not enough. Because silence only works when you have leverage, and right now, you have none. Women don't feel absence. They feel the loss of value. And if you were never the most valuable option in her life, then your absence isn't a loss. It's just a removal of excess weight. You think she's going to miss you, but she's already lined up another man. She's already filling her time. She's already distracted. And you're sitting there, waiting for something that will never come. That's why you need to wake up. You need to stop thinking like the average man, because the average man is replaceable. The average man is forgettable. The average man is not a loss. He's just another name on the list. If you want your absence to be felt, then you need to be the kind of man that leaves a mark. And that means making yourself unreplaceable. Because let's be honest, women don't just miss men, they miss experiences. They miss the energy you bring. They miss the way you made them feel. If all you ever did was provide consistency, comfort, and availability, then your absence feels like a relief, not a loss. And that's what no one tells you. She isn't missing you because your presence wasn't powerful enough to leave a void. And that means your silence isn't enough. You need evolution. Because a woman doesn't start missing a man until she sees something she can no longer have. Until she realizes that what she took for granted has changed, evolved, and become something unattainable. The only way she will feel your absence is if she sees that your silence was not a tactic, but a transformation. That you are no longer waiting, that you are no longer hoping, that you are no longer available, that you are no longer the same. And once she realizes that, once she sees that you are no longer the man she left behind, but a man who leveled up, surpassed her expectations, and became something greater, that's when she questions everything. That's when she starts thinking, did I lose something valuable? That's when she feels your absence. Not because you disappeared, but because you became someone she can't reach anymore. Because the truth is, women don't want men who are just there. They don't want men who are easy, predictable, and always available. They want men who are in motion, men who are progressing, men who are so deeply focused on their mission that they don't have time to sit around wondering whether or not a woman misses them. That is the kind of man whose absence is felt. Because it's not just about losing a man, it's about losing an opportunity to be a part of something greater. So if she isn't feeling your absence, that's your fault. You haven't built enough. You haven't grown enough. You haven't created enough momentum in your own life. That's why she doesn't care, because she knows that if she ever wanted to, she could still reach out and you'd still be there. And as long as she knows that, your silence is meaningless. So what's the move? What do? You stop focusing on her. You stop checking her social media. Stop tracking her moves. Stop hoping for a sign. You start building. You start moving forward so fast that she can't keep up. Because nothing is more terrifying to a woman than watching a man she thought she controlled disappear from her reach. Not just physically, not just emotionally, but in status, power, success, and influence. That's the kind of absence she feels, not because you're waiting, not because you're playing a game, but because you have outgrown her. So if she isn't feeling your absence yet, it's time to level up. It's time to become a man who no longer cares whether she notices or not. Because when you become that man, she won't just notice. She'll feel it in her bones. She'll feel it in every quiet moment when she realizes she will never find another you. Not because you were silent, but because you became unattainable. And by then, she'll regret everything. Number 4, you haven't changed. While you sit in silence, hoping that time alone will make her feel your absence, she is still the same, and so are you. And that is exactly why nothing has changed. Because you haven't changed. You have done nothing but wait. You've convinced yourself that waiting is progress, that silence is power, that doing nothing is a strategy. It's not. She doesn't feel your absence because she already knows exactly who you are. She knows how you think. She knows how you feel. She knows your weaknesses, your patterns, your habits. And most of all, she knows you haven't really moved on. She can feel it. She knows the second she texts you, you'll respond. She knows the second she calls, you'll answer. She knows the second she opens the door, you'll walk through it. That's why she doesn't miss you, because she doesn't have to. She knows that you are the same man she left. You have done nothing but give her space and time, but space and time don't change people. Only action does. You could go silent for 6 months, but if you come back as the same man she walked away from, you are no more valuable to her now than you were before. That's why she isn't thinking about you, because you haven't given her a reason to. You think time is the answer, that if enough time passes, she'll start to miss you, start to remember the good times, start to regret leaving. That is a lie. Time does not create attraction. Value does. A man of value does not sit in silence waiting. A man of value builds. A man of value creates. A man of value moves forward so fast that by the time she turns around, he is unrecognizable. That is when she feels the loss, not because of silence, not because of absence, but because what she once had is now something she can never have again. Women are not emotional in the way men think they are. She does not sit there reminiscing about memories for months on end, longing for you. She moves on. She forgets, because she only remembers what was worth remembering. And if all you brought to the table was predictability, comfort, and consistency, then what is there to miss? There is nothing. And that's why you need to wake up. The only way she will ever feel your absence is if you become a different man. Not just a different man, a better man. A man so valuable that losing him is a mistake no woman ever wants to make. And that doesn't happen through silence. That happens through evolution. If you are still thinking about her more than you are thinking about your money, your body, your mission, then you have already lost. If your energy is still attached to the past, then you have no future. If you are still scrolling through her stories, wondering if she's thinking about you, then you are not a man of value, because men of value do not care about the past. They are too busy dominating the present and building their future. So ask yourself, what have you built since she left? What have you created? What have you improved? How have you evolved? Or are you still sitting in the same place, with the same thoughts, doing the same things, with the same mindset, that made her lose interest in the first place? If she left you because you were weak, then why would she come back if you're still weak? If she left you because you had no ambition, then why would she come back if you're still in the same position? If she left you because you lacked confidence, then why would she come back if you're still the same insecure, approval-seeking man you were before? She won't. Because women don't come back to the same man they left. They come back when they see a man they no longer have access to. And by then, it's already too late for her. Because a man who has truly evolved, grown and leveled up does not take her back. A man who has built himself to a new level of power, status and control does not look backward. He moves forward. And that is what makes her feel the absence. Not just the fact that you're gone, but the fact that you are now something she can never have again. That's when she feels it in her soul. That's when she starts questioning. That's when she starts regretting. But by then, you don't care anymore, because you're already too busy winning. And the truth is, you never needed her to miss you in the first place, because while she was out there thinking she had you under control, you were out here becoming a man who can't be controlled. And that's the real game. Not silence, not absence, evolution. So if she hasn't noticed your silence yet, it's because you're still the same. You have one job now: not to wait, not to watch, not to hope, to build, to become, to change so much that she no longer recognizes you, to become a man that no woman would ever leave again. That is your mission now, and when you complete it, you'll never care if she notices again, because you'll be too busy winning. Number 5, you're still emotionally tied. While you sit there, waiting for her to notice your absence, she is living her life completely free. She is not trapped in thought loops, checking her phone, analyzing your last message, wondering what you're doing. You are, and that is exactly why nothing has changed. She is free because she has moved on, and you are stuck because you have not. That is why she doesn't feel your absence. Because you are still emotionally tied to her, even in silence. You think silence alone will change things. That if you just stop texting, stop calling, stop reaching out, she will feel your loss. But silence without emotional detachment is meaningless. Because as long as she can feel that she still lives inside your mind, as long as she knows that you are still watching, waiting, hoping, then your silence has no weight. She still controls you. Even without talking to you, she owns you. Because your emotions, your thoughts, your actions still revolve around her. And as long as a woman knows she has control over a man, she will never truly feel his loss. She will never feel his absence. She will never regret walking away, because she knows that he never actually left. That is why she doesn't miss you, because you are still there, not physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. She owns your energy, and she can feel it. Because women don't just listen to words, they feel energy. They feel the tension. They feel the attachment. They feel the weakness in a man who pretends to have moved on, but is still emotionally dependent on her. And that kind of man is forgettable. That kind of man is replaceable. That kind of man is not a loss, because he never really left in the first place. She only starts feeling your absence when you truly disappear. And that doesn't just mean silence. It means you remove her from your mind completely. It means you stop checking her stories. It means you stop caring who she's with. It means you stop letting her live in your head for free. Because the second a woman realizes that you have truly let go, that is the moment she starts to feel something. That is the moment she starts to question. That is the moment she starts to doubt. But if you're still thinking about her, still hoping she comes back, still trying to be patient until she realizes your worth, you have already lost. Because as long as she knows you are waiting, she has no reason to miss you. She only misses what she can't reach. She only desires what is no longer available. She only regrets what she can't control. So as long as you are still emotionally tied, as long as your actions are still dictated by what she might think, what she might feel, what she might do, you are powerless because you are still living in her world. And that is why she doesn't feel your absence, because you haven't actually left. If you want her to feel something, to regret, to chase, to rethink everything, then you must detach completely. Not halfway, not just in words, but in your soul. You must walk away so completely that even if she reached out, it wouldn't matter anymore. And do you know what happens when you finally do that? When she finally feels your absence for the first time, she will test you. She will find a way to reappear in your life, subtly, carefully, just to see if she still has power over you. She might send a simple text. She might watch your stories. She might like your picture, comment something small, just to test your reaction. And if you take the bait, if you reply instantly, if you celebrate in your mind thinking, she's back, you have lost all over again. Because now she knows. Now she knows you were never truly gone. Now she knows you were just waiting for her to come back. And she will lose respect for you instantly. Because women do not chase men who are waiting. They chase men who have already moved on. They chase men they no longer control. They chase men who are emotionally untouchable. So if you're still emotionally tied, you must break it completely, because that's the only time she will ever feel the loss. Not when you stop texting, not when you go silent for a few weeks, but when she realizes that she no longer has a place in your mind, your heart, or your life. That is when she feels the regret. That is when she starts to question. That is when she finally understands what she lost. But by then, it's too late, because you are already too far ahead. Because you are already too focused on your own growth, your own purpose, your own mission. And by the time she realizes what she lost, she has already lost the opportunity to be part of your life. And that is the ultimate power. Not just making her miss you, but becoming so strong, so valuable, so powerful that even if she did miss you, she could never get you back. That is the real game. That is the real win. And that is why she doesn't feel your absence, because you are still holding on. Now let go, detach completely, and watch what happens next. You didn't lose her, she lost you. She just doesn't know it yet, but she will. Because while she was out there thinking she had you wrapped around her finger, you were out here rebuilding yourself into a man that no woman could ever overlook again. And when she finally sees it, when she finally realizes that the version of you she once had is gone forever, she will feel the void. Not because you made her miss you, but because you made yourself unforgettable. That's the real game. That's the real power. So if you're done waiting, if you're done hoping, if you're done playing a game designed to make you lose, comment, "I am in control," below. This isn't just about getting her back. This is about getting yourself back. And if you're ready to take that step, subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. Support this channel and help spread this message, because the world is filled with men who need to hear this truth.